Welcome to our channel Amazing World Info. Here we bring you another interesting video with incredible facts about an interesting topic from around the globe. In this video, let's have a look at some incredible economical facts about countries you never heard of before. If there is a country that produces the best cheese and cheeseburgers in the world, it must be Denmark. And let me assure you that's not true, because we've known for some time now that their economy has been one of the most effective producers on earth. While Italy produced just over €25 million last year, making them more expensive than even Canada to produce at home. There are other countries in the world where renewable energy currently makes up 20% of total electricity generation. Number 1 is the largest exporter of consumer goods, which is USA. It ranks 6th among the 10 wealthiest countries. However, it ranks higher than Australia and China in PPP. The United States has an unemployment rate of 4% and a poverty rate of 12.3%. The United States is the world's largest economy, with a GDP of $19 trillion. According to 2017 data, the US spends more on healthcare, education, and infrastructure than any other rich nation, surpassing the UK and Germany. At the same time, the United States, according to Forbes magazine, can be classified as the largest exporter of consumer goods and also the country with the biggest market size in the world. Moreover, thanks to the development of the internet, Americans have access to everything, including movies, music, and TV shows. Consequently, it's easy to find out which movie is playing in your area. American movies have a cultural significance because of how popular and unique they are. Also, it's easier to communicate with Americans because there are numerous varieties of slang used. For example, when it comes to saying hi, there are dozens of words like hello, gosh, hiya, hi, hiyo, highway, etc. These words, which are quite unusual, help preserve their culture. Number 2 comes the world's fastest growing business hub called Singapore, and ranked number 1 for the past 10 decades. With an annual gross domestic product, GDP, of $7.44 trillion in 2018, and an unemployment rate of 4.7%, Singapore can be considered a relatively successful world economy. However, despite being a high per capita economy, Singapore has a large amount of poverty due to its low spending on education, healthcare, and clean water. Another reason is that Singapore must have very strict rules governing issues such as immigration, trade, tourism, and even financial regulations. These policies limit the opportunities to become wealthy and therefore lower rates of immigration. Singapore's PPE crisis in 2015 was likely caused by a lack of public policies restricting immigration, which led to shortages of skilled workers. There have been cases of companies looking to work in Malaysia, but failing as they couldn't afford to employ local people. Meanwhile, Singapore's reputation as a gateway to Asia has declined greatly due to its perceived bad reputation in relation to anti-Malay sentiment. Number 3, we will talk about Saudi Arabia, which is ranked 9 by 10 wealthiest country based on GDP per capita. The country ranks highly in terms of the per capita gross domestic product and purchasing power parity. More specifically, the country offers world-class education, as well as the best natural beauty spots. Most importantly, it also has the lowest death rate in the world so far. Other than being a low crime rate, Saudis have also been praised for the healthcare that has helped them to fight diseases caused by flu, Zika, HIV, and AIDS. Furthermore, Saudi nationals are educated abroad and thus provide a highly qualified labor force. Their high literacy levels contribute to economic growth through the import of cheap products from Europe and America. Finally, it is also believed that these factors have contributed to the success of the entire Middle East region. Number 4 is China, the world's second largest economy. It ranks 8 in terms of GDP per capita, with a GDP of $14 trillion. China imports about 28% of its oil from Russia and 45% from Saudi Arabia. By 2050, it expects to grow further with another 9.6% per capita in the form of exports and imports, increasing to 16%. With its rapid development, China has experienced dramatic growth in income distribution. People living in the lowest income bracket have experienced great gains in wealth, whereas those who earn more have gained greatly as their incomes rise. They now have a lower earning capacity than before. What's particularly impressive is that the poorest 25% of China's population earns roughly twice what the top 25% of Chinese residents do, although they make no more than half of the national wealth. Not surprisingly, this income difference has reduced the income differences between the bottom and top classes by 56%. Due to the rapid growth of industrialization, China's real estate boom has paved the way for the massive expansion of cities. Nowadays, most of China's largest cities have metros with hundreds of millions of people living within the city limits. China's agricultural economy is one of the most competitive in the world, one of the only 6 countries to produce enough food to meet the needs of its population. According to Bloomberg statistics, the agriculture industry accounts for nearly 21% of overall employment and represents one of the largest sectors of the economy in China, as well as in other world economies. A staggering 95% of the country's population lives in some kind of rural area, making it the most densely populated place on Earth. As China continues to grow at an alarming rate, it plans to account for nearly 22% of world GDP by 2030. Its estimated capital value will reach $28.33 trillion by 2025. Number 5 is the least corrupt country, known as Portugal. It ranks first in Economic Freedom Index, EFI, since 2008. According to the EFI, Portugal is one of the least corrupt countries in the world. In addition, it is second only to Sweden when it comes to transparency and accountability. To qualify as fully free, a country must have a score of 80 when considering political freedom. At last, we come up with North Korea, which is the youngest country in the world. With only 12.3 million people according to CIA estimates, and a population of 1.1 billion, ranks 10th, with a population of 27 million people, as well as hosting the only nuclear weapons installation in the entire world. Despite being officially recognized by the UN as the Republic of Korea since 1950, North Korean border guards keep tabs on anything going on, including the use of the internet and mobile phones.
Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe our channel for more interesting videos. Share with your friends and family. Keep tuned for more amazing world info.